Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Content and Creations. This episode is going to focus on the Kerran contest as we are in the final week, in fact, the final few days. On October 9th, the contest will end. So, we're going to be getting into some awesome Kerran builds today, showing off right now just a little bit of what I've been working on here because that was basically the last thing I was doing in Landmark. So, if you folks are not familiar, I'm working on a Kerran build right here. Kerrans are the large cat race, humanoid sort of things. They existed in EverQuest 1 and 2, both under the name Kerran, and I believe Vashir. I didn't really play 1 and 2 so much, but we've got the reimagining going on here. So I've been working on my scaffolding in particular, adding a little bit of extra length to it because I kind of reduced the actual size of what I'm working on. So it leads up to the first floor here, which has these lovely carpets that actually reveal a lower floor. And I'm actually planning to work the entire space here and build some scaffolding stairs all the way down. So this is actually going to be built out pretty nicely here. Likely I'm going to adjust the position of the spars and maybe actually where the walls are at. Things got a little bit distorted, but I'm going with more of this curved kind of look to kind of match the curved look coming up to it, though the entire thing might get adjusted just a little bit to match the height. The type of structure I'm actually going for is the various family dwellings and merchant shops / taverns / etc. Should fit 3 to 5 per width of the claim, no more than half a claim high. So I'm going to have to adjust the proportions a little bit, but that's pretty much what we're looking to do here, is get something that fits more of those proportions. And this might be a little big for it. I might just end up kind of building this out the way it is and just kind of submitting it. Not really sure if it fits any of the specific categories. Here's the link, by the way, if you're wondering what the actual categories are for the contest. It's on the Landmark forums. So the scaffolding also takes up to the upper floor here. I still haven't fully finished setting this part up yet, but I also haven't really finished adjusting the height and the shape of everything here. So that's what I've been working on. We've only got a few more days to finish, so just gonna kind of stay the course and do what I can with what I got and see how it turns out. Now, before I start taking requests or checking through the list, there's a build that a builder whose work I've been looking to check out for a while, and I keep forgetting to, or keep just not budgeting the time on the show for it properly, and that's the Jello. Oops. So let's see what the Jello's got going on. The Jello works on his builds every single night that I'm aware of. It was a late night builder. Pretty cool stuff. He also hosts my channel a lot, which is totally awesome. I totally appreciate that a lot. Super cool dude. Now, we all know the rule. Just cause you're there doesn't mean you're safe. Hands off the controls. Wait till everything's loaded in. Alright. Let's check this place out. pretty nice, actually. I really like the way this is built up with the sandstone bricks. The way that the grass is kind of built up on it, like a kind of moss covering sort of thing. It's pretty cool. Is this tree actually intended? Is it part of the build? Yeah, it is. I guess it's meant to be like a little bonsai tree sort of thing. Oh no. Energy regeneration bug. What are you doing? Oh well. There we go. That's pretty neat. A spiral on a rock sort of thing. It's pretty awesome. So where's the actual entrance? Right here. I really like how this is looking. I guess at this time of day it actually gives a pretty nice look to it. A little custom banner sort of thing here, very nice. Globe and a rope, very nice. So I really like this planter here. Very nice ornate design with the wood here. It's a great way to start leading into the upper areas. It definitely looks like a very fancy residence. I could see maybe a slight complaint about it being more plaster heavy and not having enough wood and maybe not enough openness and windows in the tower. But that's about the only thing I could see maybe needing a little bit of adjustment or addition to it, at least from the outside. Whoops. Yeah, that's pretty neat. The rubicite. Wonk. Oh hey, it looks like my stamina regeneration finally kicked back in. Alright. Little bundle of rope over there. That's a nice little touch. Some stuff by the door that they frequently go out and use. I can take that lunar anklet off. That's enough of that. Very nice details here. I guess it's a tavern of sorts then, isn't it? At least on the bottom floor. And of course the jump climb, or the double jump climbable stairs, leading up more into what I'm guessing is actually the residence part. So there's a lot of nice balance of the wood here, and actually it doesn't feel necessarily closed off. I could see, you know, a couple more windows potentially being added, but the way that it's arranged right now is actually pretty nice. I think it's working pretty well. I don't know if these are supposed to be off by a voxel or not, but no, don't think it matters. That casts a really nice kind of shadow there. Kind of maybe want to turn the shadows up real quick. This video. Where are my shadows at? Yeah, that's pretty nice. You know, let's get a little risky here. Ooh, that actually looks really nice. But things are starting to chug, so I'm going to flip it back over. So, by the way, if anybody has a build that you want to have toured, I'll have to check the list and see if anybody's applied for a tour. But otherwise, I don't really have a specific destination to head to next. So I'd love to get anybody who wants to have their stuff toured. I'd love to check it out and give you some feedback. Even if you're not planning to change it and it's fully complete, I'd still love to give you some feedback, and maybe we'll be able to give some tips to some other builders who are still working on theirs. Really nice work with the boards here. I like the use of the light, medium, and dark woods to give it a little bit more taste and variation. These corners here are really nice, and the posts coming through like that, that's a pretty nice touch, especially because I can see that's it's potentially kind of a difficult sort of thing to not have the vectors get all mashed up there. These spars here are pretty nice coming out. Nice little detail. I could see even a little lamp being tied to one of these, just to give a little bit of light here. Oh, hell yeah, Anzul. I definitely want to check out the observatory. I think that was one that I actually got in the title slide. Really nice build. I'm really excited to see the finished product for sure. And of course we see that trim that's going around. Really nice. There's a really good look to it. I see. You know, that's actually smart. If there's any issues with artifacting or anything, you can just kind of dig in a little bit and make it look like that area is kind of roughed up. It's pretty smart. Hey, Bad Viking, do you have a build ready for touring today? I like the little planters above all the windows. That's actually a really nice touch. So it takes you to this nice hangout area here. That's pretty cool. These big, thick pillars. That's pretty smart to go from the plaster to heavy wood, and this heavy wood being what's carrying the kind of medium and lighter wood. One thing that I think would be great for this build, and I'll definitely have to send the feedback to DeJello at one point or another. Because there's this planter here, there's no way it's going to have enough space for the roots for it to be healthy and grow healthy there. It's going to start getting root bound and getting all nasty. So what I would suggest is actually to put something underneath here, maybe even supported by some of the some wood beams going across, where it's basically where all the roots are going, like some dirt space. So, you know, if they do want it to grow a little bit taller or even much taller, they have a place for it. I like this roof. What's the roof look like from lower down though? Because it's a beautiful detail, but I want to see what it... If I'm here, do I even see it? No. I don't see it unless I'm really far away. Or if there's another Kerran build nearby that's able to see it. It's a nice touch though. Whoops, I'll just come back up here. These are interesting little points here. They look really cool. I don't know how much they represent Kerrans, but they look cool. That almost looks more like something that a dark elf would have. Or maybe an ogre. Or an Ixar. Kind of looks like scaly spines. Have a bunch of those lining an Ixar roof. That would work pretty well. Like going up a diagonal pagoda sort of thing. And I think they accidentally revealed that Ixar is potentially going to be the ones that also use the pagodas, which would be neat. But yeah, it's a really nice touch with this roof here. And I like this little rope hanging down here, holding these big metal wind chime things. Probably sound like the world's coming to an end. Those things are gigantic. Those things are knocking together. That would be pretty loud. I don't know that Kerrans would need something that loud ringing in their ears. They got sensitive hearing. Then again, if it's a merchant trying to advertise their shop, I could understand being like, "Hey everybody, I'm the loudest Kerran in town, look at me." Either way, it's lovely. It's well executed. I really like the idea. I understand exactly what it is looking at it, and I understand it isn't going to be loud. Yeah. Alright. Ooh. I like those little ribbon looking things that are kind of tied on. That's nice. That's a nice touch. You know, I don't really know about that one, Bad Viking. I don't think the Arabian style attire is actually what Kerrans wear. I think they actually wear more of a an East Asian sort of flair. Alright. And I do really like these interior walls. That's a really nice touch. Looks very, very well reinforced. I guess it's just kind of, it's weird on the outside that you don't see the wood, and I think that's where you would normally want to see the wood. The other thing is, I'm surprised that there's not a little bit more window space in some of these areas, because I think it might get a little stuffy in here, honestly. Not sure if I would want to have, I mean, I guess for the heat, but it's putting off a lot of soot, like, I'm not sure if I would want to have that near my hammock and be like, ah, my fur is all sooty and greasy, why'd I sleep next to that thing? That was a bad idea. Yeah, I don't know. If it's a hangout area, I would probably recommend maybe some larger candles on a big upturned seashell or something on a table. Um, I think that'd be a little bit more kind of hangout-ish and peaceful. Though, if you're looking for a heat source, then I suppose that's it. Maybe I'd want to have it a little bit further away though, so not gonna be all sooty when I wake up. I don't know. I guess it depends on where it's drafting. If it's drafting out the door, then you're probably okay. But if it's drafting out the window, you're gonna smell like a burning coal fire. That's just minor details. There's not very many big details to really nitpick at this point. It's an awesome build. I really like a lot of it. There's actually really nothing about it I dislike. There's a few things that maybe I think could potentially get changed a little bit, like a couple places where some light sources could be added, or this here I could see being changed to a trim, um, something that's going to give it a little bit of differentiation. And I could see why not the trim though, because it looks weird on two of the sides. I think there is a trim pattern that does look good in all four directions, but I can't recall which one it is. I'd have to look through them. Or not. I know the place actually is still being worked on. And it's looking great though. But I can see this area kind of, I feel like it's still being worked on. Like these little chunks of wood poking through are not meant to be permanent. I don't know if that's meant to be permanent either. It's kind of weird if it is. If these things are supposed to be lining up on the plaster and stuff here, I would definitely expect them to be fully covered over by the plaster and not be kind of sticking out of the wall like that. Or if they're sticking out of the wall, that they would actually have little, small bits coming out instead of it kind of looks like the wall is smoothed and roughed up to match where the cut of the wood is. Either way works fine. It's kind of a striking detail because it makes it look to me unfinished. I mean, I think it is a finished build, but it kind of, I don't know, or having this amount kind of sticking out, so it's just a little bit of a detail. Just my own personal opinion of it. It's just, when I see it, it looks like they're still lined up there for the purpose of potentially being interconnected in some sort of a grid lattice pattern or something, so the inside supports the outside. But does it have that on the outside? Look real quick. No, a lot of it looks like it's just structural things where stuff lines up. That's cool. I don't know. It just looks a little weird to me, that's all. These stairs leading in are nice. Like, the entire outside here is really, really nice. Alright. There's the sun. Oh, I didn't even look at this. There's the thing that the corners are coming from. That makes it make a little bit more sense. And it's got the four-pointedness to it. I like the kind of crescent that this creates here in the negative space. That's pretty cool. There's definitely a lot of really nice stuff going on here, architecturally, aesthetically, etc. So I'm going to take a beautiful picture of this beautiful build. Crap. Ooh. This might be a really nice shot. Old Greg, it's a orange and black flight suit is the monthly item here for October. It's on Confidence Hilltop. What's the location? Jets. 2202. Six 82. There we go. Beautiful picture. So how's everybody's weekend been? I've been having a lot of fun. Been hanging out with a bunch of folks I like and playing a lot of games I like and just been having a lot of fun. Been a really good time. And I'm really excited to see how the Kerran museum stuff turns out, because There's been some amazing builds. I've really appreciated what I've seen from pretty much everybody. Publish succeeded. Let's move on. So, did anybody have a build in particular that they wanted to have toward? I'm going to check my list real quick. See if anybody actually filled out the form. Because that's just how I roll. Here's a nice ocean view. Enjoy it, everybody. Does not look like anybody has applied. They started with the Kerrans like a month before SOE Live, and then when we came back from SOE Live, they finally started getting back into the Kerran stuff. We've been on Kerrans for a long, long time here. Alright, well. Let me just check through my history here. We're going to be checking the observatory, so let me actually start heading over there. The observatory. What was it? There we go. All right. Yeah, about Viking, I believe they're going to speed up the pace, or they might even start overlapping them. Or not. It'll take them as long as they want to make the game. Alright. Do we think it's loaded in enough yet, everybody? Let's give it a try. Swim, 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 swim. You take 10,000 damage. Gravity hit you for 10 billion damage. I think this place is gonna get a fly around first. Whoops. I got some energy back here. Actually, Calm, I'm pretty sure they will. You know, I screwed that up. I should go the other way. I'm gonna wait till I get my energy back. And the reason why I'm pretty sure we'll be able to start building the other race's stuff at some point is because we're going to be the ones helping them build various dungeons and stuff in the game. So this is just a lovely build in general. We've toured it before. It looks great. I really like that inlay on the floor there. Very nice pattern to it. Hangout area in there. The bell. Yeah, it just has a really nice flow to it. Very beautiful build. Alright. Let me take off double death anklets. Alright. So, let's check this place out for what it is. We've got some bunch of floaty barrels that are helping hold up this little kind of floating dock here. It's held in place by some chains. It's a pretty nice little thing here. So this kind of has a little bit of sway and float to it. It's pretty cool. Again, very pokey things. It's I guess if you're spearfishers, this really makes sense. It's a it's an aesthetic that would go really well with your cultural style or whatever you're doing out there. But it also makes for very nice. I'm not sure if these are supposed to be lanterns. Is there a light orb in them? Yes. So they are lanterns. Pretty cool. Really nice, the flow of what's going on even down here on the ground floor, being able to go around, check out the area. There's a lot of stuff going on. What? You know what? I'm just gonna restart the game. Apparently that's the trap for intruders that don't know their way in. Cheers, everybody. Unzul, are you still around? Haven't heard a peep out of you, buddy. That's brutal. Nice, Jinsan. Jinsun, you want to get your place toured? I'd love to check out your place. Are you ready for some feedback on it today? Oh, whoops. I'm dead. I'm gonna close the game and give it a couple of seconds, then I'll load it back up. I don't know what's going on, but this game is definitely struggling with the awesomeness of your build, fellas. So I'm not sure if you're supposed to get a tip of my hat or a wag of my finger. But it's a really nice build. Calm. No, it's any sandbox builder, multiplayer focused game. My cash, you say, huh? Alright. I'm just gonna hang out for a moment here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get some Halloween stuff in. That's gonna be fun. Basically, I'm gonna be going for the the Rube Goldberg sort of thing, a machine, like a theme park ride sort of thing. I'm hoping I can actually have it be as long as a minute long, even longer. So if I can. One part that we talked about on the show earlier was having a giant's head with, like, some of the throat and stuff, and it's all gooey and gory, using some of the rough looking rubicite and water and some of the other stuff to make it look all nasty in there. Having a part where it'll make you kind of go in a spiral, and having bombs that you constantly pass by and almost explode you. Yeah, lots of fun. And if I can, the last one will just kind of launch you to your doom. Yeah. Happy Halloween, sucker. Alright, folks. Do we think it's loaded yet? Let's try the sword test. I can draw a sword. Oh, you know what? I know why it's having such a hard time loading. I forgot to turn my shadows back down. I think medium's fine. That's awesome, Calm. Alright, now we can check out this build for what it is, which is just, amazing. It's a lovely build. Look at this place. The doors line up. This one kind of hinges onto this one, it looks like, a little bit. So you got the free edge there and the free edge there, so that way they can swing past each other without getting stuck. But when they're closed solid, I'm sure it's really hard to get through them. Really nice, sturdy, solid doors. I like them. Though if I was going to attack the place, I'd probably try to bang these through and then go from there. I like the spiral up at the top here. That's very nice. Definitely very fitting for the Kerran style. Very nice decorated fabric hanging off that thing that's kind of bowing across there from the weight. Potentially from the weight of these lamps on the sides of it. Huh. Some good stuff going on here. Of course, there's that undersection you can see, and I'm pretty sure there's a way you can get to it too. It's just going around this way. So let's go around this way and check out some of the undersection first, and we'll finish touring the under area before we get back to it. And check the upper section. So these are all lanterns here. The watery lantern looking things, and that's actually really, really cool. It's a really nice touch. They almost look magical. Guess they kind of have to be. A standard kind of lantern there. Some boxes, little storage area. Globe looking thing. That's pretty cool. Kerrans would have a globe. They're very seasoned sailors. I'm sure if there's anywhere you can get to by boat, they've been there. That's weird. I wonder why that's an extra voxel wide there. Hey guys. Hey guys, why is this an extra voxel wide here? I was wondering. Yes. Big box. These are giant boxes to have over here. It seems like they were put here with the intent to crack them open, but you're not really going to carry them out. These smaller ones maybe I could see you carrying off. These I think are kind of permanent fixtures here. I do like the brick inside here. There's a lot of wood to help cut it, so it's not all just, you know, cold brick. It looks wrong. I'm sorry, Ansul. It just doesn't look right to me. I don't get it as a sense of asymmetry so much as, whoops, we made that a little too wide. Oh well. But it's up to you. Either way. I just think it's kind of odd. If you're going for asymmetry, I would see maybe one of the boards maybe being a little bit wider, but not all three of them. Like I said, these were probably built in place here, and then but just, you know, you crack the top off of it when it's time to get into the contents. Alright, Ansul. Fair enough. I'm not trying to be a jerk here. I'm trying to help. If that's something that's going to help the build. So I see you've got these two going across here. This one stops here Um, that makes sense, actually. Because if this was going across here, it would be just as supportive to this as it would be cumbersome to this. And I don't really think the walls are supposed to take too much of that stress unless it's going across from one side to the next. So I do like this cutting off here. You could even add a little bit more decoration to it here somehow, using maybe some sort of a metal, or adding a little, I don't know, even a little star or something, or tying a little bit of rope or something around it. I don't know how you do the rope. Like 4 straight pieces connected with knots or something. That'll look weird. Never mind. Yep, more boxes. These are really nice. I like the way these are built up. It looks like they, built solid together. Everything kind of fits in place, holds itself. This, I would say, maybe, let's see. I don't know, because it's kind of weird having the pieces coming in from the sides, because I would imagine you would have this piece intersecting through this piece to hold this piece in place. So if this piece is just as wide as this, I don't really get the same feeling that it's intersecting through it, because it would just be cutting it in half there, and then this big support one is kind of getting messed up a little bit. I don't know how to resolve it though. You would need it to be 1 unit taller, and either have like a 1 by 1 going through here and a 1 by 1 going through here, or some other way. Nice, Urdnell. But maybe I'm just being nitpicky. I mean, if that's not the intent, if these are just meant to be little aesthetic things to kind of show where things connect here, that looks really nice. I'm just spinning my gears a little too much here on this one, I think. Let me keep on going. By the way, this looks really nice from the inside here too. I really like that. It's a really great touch. These are pretty cozy looking. I can see a few Kerrans kind of hanging out on these, sprawling out, chilling. Got the plants nearby. I would imagine the plants are probably some kind of nice smelling flowers or something. A little butterfly is flying around from one of these plants. Very nice. That looks great. Look at that, everybody. These candles are totally not going to make a giant waxy mess everywhere and burn the place to the ground. They are, in fact, going to sit in those lovely candle holders and light up the area in a very nice and sensual way. I like what you have here. If you felt like trying to experiment with a way to add to it, I would add like a kind of a couple of extra blocks and put a lattice attaching between the blocks, but absolutely unnecessary to change this at all. This looks really nice the way it is. Candle wax is gonna murder your wife and eat your children. Never trust it. Yeah, no, Jin-san. There's just some nitpicky things that I spot, and it's like, no, people wouldn't do that. Really nice candles. Whoops, looks like this plant might be a little off. Oh. Is that little window there intentional, just to be able to see that there's some more space? I kind of like that if that's the case, but if it's not, it's still fine. It's kind of neat. I could see it actually being played with to kind of open up that space and be able to, see in there a little bit better. That's a really nice touch. Just a little hangout. I could even see I don't know. I could see either a little bit of storage area going here, or some cushions and stuff being stored up here. Yeah, that's what it would be. Storing some cushions up there. So someone wants some more cushions for their hangout space. They can just reach up there and get them. Or, kind of, I guess maybe stand on the edge of this plant or whatever. That'd maybe be a little uncouth. I don't know. But I kind of think it'd be a nice little storagey spot. I guess if it is going to be a storagey spot, it would have to be something kind of light, and there'd have to be some easy way to get to it there. Really nice. I see variation of the wood being used up here. And that gives it a really nice look too. Helps cut some of the color and some of the space a bit. This a little bit of asymmetry is just fine. And of course, Kerrans don't need handrails. They've got great balance. That's interesting. This one, the globe is sunk straight in the middle. Whereas this one, the globe is kind of up a little bit. Weird. I don't know if that's intentional or not, and I don't know which one I like better either. I guess this one gets kind of distorted with the arms there, and you're not really able to see everything, where this one, it feels more like the globe is being held up. Maybe this... It's hard to make this have a smooth curved surface, so I can understand that being a little rough there. But... I don't know, this one I guess looks a little bit more right to me. That's what I'm there for, Ansel. That's what I'm there for. I like the little roughed up section there. Nice. This is a nice little rail here. I like it. It's connected by the metal. Just kind of goes out. I wonder how it would look like in the horizontal instead of the vertical. It's really nice. And it goes really nice with the doorway here. It has that parallaxing that Rosie had said she really likes for this sort of build. That looks kind of weird in there. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh well, I'm not going to stare at it too long. I like that little detail work up there, and the different colors of wood to cut the space and cut the kind of the different weight of the parts of the doorway there. Very nice, very nice. And of course the use of the carpets for the kind of comfy cozy look. So you're not just walking on wood everywhere. This... Oh, I get it. So here's the staircase, and here's some kind of some hangout space while you're reading. Pretty cool. Little library. Big, kind of a big library actually. It's quite a fair bit of books for just being kind of an observatory. But I guess something to spend the long days while you're waiting to observe. And you're not fishing. That's really neat. Those look like window shutters. That's actually really, really cool. I like it. Oh yes, the little crane thing to take things up to the higher floor. Study and observatory. Ah, you got it. And again, this one's it's got the little squished effect where it's a little too far in. I really like the way the other one looked, so definitely, if you could, I would recommend to adjust that one. I'm guessing that's the moon. I like that lattice corner there. That's really nice. And these, I didn't even talk about these. And the roof in this area. I mean, there's also that, if you look up, there's a really nice parallaxing effect. You've got this glassy structure thing up here. Looks really, really cool. I don't know if that's some sort of a model of nearby celestial bodies or what it's supposed to represent, but it looks pretty cool. And of course these fabric little tapestry things hanging down. Very nice. Ooh, I see. It's two different patterns. That's kind of interesting, actually. I would imagine it would be the same pattern. It'd be really weird to change the print. And then, of course, it's even different on the other side. That's just like, that's some magic right there. Planet and moons. Gotcha. That looks weird. I would recommend just to go with the wood on the knob here and the metal on the outside. It looks weird like this. I really like the way that's tied and held together there. That's really, really nice. Oh, it's a rivet, huh? Gotcha. Looks kind of interesting. If that's the case, then I would say instead of using the wood here, just have it all metal, or maybe a different metal. That's a really nice little planter there. With a little tree in it. Alright. So we don't keep going up from here. We actually keep going up over here. More of that nice kind of hangouty space. Again, no handrails because Kerrans have impeccable cat balance. More of those window shutter looking things, which are really nice. I'd love to see one set of them in the house or the observatory somewhere that's open instead of closed, just so people can kind of see the difference. Assuming they are actually movable window shutters. Nice lattice there. Some good stuff. Some good stuff. Well structured, heavily supported. It's a lot of wood up this high up, but at the same time, it's a lot of wood that's being built upon. So it's actually pretty well structured, and it's able to support all of this weight. That's really nice. Alright. Just a quick peek under this roof. Hey, look at that. Looks good. This is just a place to kind of look off in the distance and hang out a little. Or I suppose you could be fishing here. If the goal is you could potentially be fishing here, I could see a couple cushions or maybe a chair here. 1.16 million burled wood? Yeah. That means this is hollow. That's awesome. Nice, I like the custom cabinets there. I see you've got that, the new rough bronze or whatever in the middle there, and that has a really nice look. It accents very well there. Very well done. Good use of the metals. That same shape being duplicated again for the doorway. Very nice. I'm surprised this space isn't used somehow. like this connecting across or something. And maybe like a couple of plants, like one here and one there or something. Or not. It looks great either way. Very nice. There's the fabric covering the window there. That's also a nice touch. You have a couple of those. I intend to use something like that in my own build. These, whatever they are, they look really cool. It's the rope for this platform here. Huh. That's weird, Pi. Hey, yes, Blinky. This is Anzul and a few other people. It's the Jedam and other folks. The observatory, the Kerran Observatory and Study. It's pretty awesome. It's on Understanding Dune. So that's one other way up. A lot of different paths to go back and forth. Really nice. I know this place isn't meant for battle, but I could see it being a pretty fun PvP arena once things are optimized enough, because you do have a lot of props in here, like you said. Shag, that's right, Jinsun. Jinsun, do you, I thought you had a build of your own that you were working on too, and Anzul as well, or has this pretty much been all consuming for you guys? Very nice. I don't really believe that's how I'm supposed to actually get there. Walking around along the roof tiles like some sort of a savage. This is the build you were starting? Oh, gotcha. That tree kinda gets a little interesting there. It looks like it clips through stuff, but it just barely doesn't. Good placement. In the fire pit, you got some meats hanging over it. That's pretty cool. Gotcha. Yeah. This one, probably fine. This one, it's gonna burn until the rope gets singed and then gets burnt up on its own. And it's gonna burn all the way up. It's gonna light the roof on fire and the entire place burns down. You can't have your meat too low. I don't think that would actually happen. I think this would just kind of burn and part of it would singe and fall off. I mean, the meat would fall off. I'm saying some of the rope would singe and fall off. But, yeah. That's definitely too close to the flame. Well, Bad Viking, I also like well-structured roofs. Oh no, a broken lens. I guess a bird flew into it or something. Ooh. Look at this. A little crank system to control it. To control the left and the right on it. Very nice. That was definitely a suggestion I had last time, and looks great. I really like how you guys did it here. It's definitely done in such a way that it's a three-person process. Bad Viking, I said I also like structured roofs. Yeah, I know, Anzul. It's really nice. I like the way it came together here. Those are nice. You might be right, Com. That's not the final shot. I just really like that picture there. All right. Alright. I guess it's the chat tab. Yeah, it's been sent. Okay, let me continue. Alright. That's really, really nice there, by the way. The way that comes together. And the way it kind of crosses with the one on the other side. Let me get over there so you can see what I'm talking about. How these are kind of opposite each other. It's pretty cool. These bells in here. Very nice. Those are a nice little touch there. I like this one, I think, more than this. I like with the different little stair-steppingness to it. Just the bare one here I don't quite have the same appeal with, but I think maybe the stair-stepping is because it's done with the doorway there or something. I don't know. I just think this one looks really cool. Nice little offsets with the stairs, so they're just a little bit off from each other. This nice inlay that we saw in the fly-through. Very nice. So I guess kind of a planetary thing? I don't know. I'm not sure what it's actually trying to represent. It actually almost looks more like an atom and the different electron valence rings. It's a very nice build. What, the stairs not being centered? I know. It's just a really nice build. A really nice build in general. I like this place. Alright. Alright. Well, Kobits, the motto of the competition was tall, until they finally gave us the details, and then we realized, oh crap, we were making things too tall. You only want things one claim or less, like half a claim for some of these. Ooh, with the sun rays and everything. That's nice. There we go. Cobus, why can't you compete? So where am I touring next? Who's got a build? Who wants feedback on it? Anybody? Kerran builds. Tour and Kerran builds. Okay. Oh yeah, Taylor does have an amazing build. I checked it out a few times and gave some feedback, and she turned it into an amazing build over all the various iterations she put into it. I mean, my feedback was helpful, but minimal compared to the amount of creativity that she was able to put into just such an awesome build. It's fantastic, really good builder. But I knew that. It's loading, I hope. It might not be loading. Oh, there we go. Really nice music. Oh no. I guess my mic button got squeezed or something. So, let me get back to what I was saying. This wood's gonna burn. I really like this crescent part here, but I would imagine it's going to I would imagine it'd be really difficult to repair and do any maintenance on, or if some sort of small creature took a residence in there, you really wouldn't be able to do much to clear it out. You have to get above and kind of like poke down at it or something. Alright. Now let me do the rounds one time here. So we have the front door. You can kind of climb up any of those walls, actually. That's kind of funny. Okay. Looks really nice with the wood lining the walls like that, by the way. That's a really nice touch, a really good way to cut the space. Kerran hangout spots. Still say you gotta have some rope so you can throw down to let your little friends up. But that led to a very inappropriate discussion last time, so I'll just leave it at that. That's really cool. Really nice use of the wood. I like the rope bridge, the danger bridge. Pretty nice. I like the little ends going through there too. That's a really nice touch. The rings of metal with the block coming off. That's a really good way to affix those. Oh no, your corner is right here. No, don't send it in yet. Clean it up. A couple of those that are a little fudgy there, but most of them look pretty clean. I like this. Very structurally sound. Oh, that sucks, Bad Viking. But I do like the candles on the shell there. I guess those are ventilated enough. I like the squared lattice there. Works well with the squared windows. Makes sense. Nice fabric going across there. Creates a nice kind of parallaxing effect as you walk by. You see it there. There's a gap in between here. Looks really nice. Yes. Good stuff. Hey, these kinds of columns. Hey, balls. What's with the hanging balls? They're nicely decorative. I wonder, do they have another purpose? Are they actually little lantern things? Fabric going across. That's really nice. I like the over-under going on with it too. That's a really sweet touch. Yeah, the candles inside of there. I know. They're on little table-y things. Another little ropey spot. This part's pretty cool. Platforms hanging off of the wooden spars is a really awesome idea. That's really, really cool. I like that a lot. That's a great idea. The rail going across there. See, you got the metal on the base. That works really well to help kind of put them in place and affix them on the rail going, or the this kind of strap going around everything. Yeah, all the ropes indeed. Amonette, I was up really late last night. Was hanging out with Kremchek, and then I got a call from my brother that, oh yeah, my new tire, I just rolled over a curb and it just got popped. He just got a new set of tires, so he had to roll home like 50 miles on a donut. So I stayed up to make sure there wasn't any issue. And that's why I'm a little out of it today. but having a good time here. Some really nice stuff. I believe this is an interior that I've seen many, many, many times. Don't need to spend too much time in there. Hey, look at that. And that's held off on some of these excess lengths of spars there. That's really nice. This is what I've been waiting to see. There we go. And that leads up to here. Which is just a place to hang out and fart without having to smell it. I mean, it's a really nice, peaceful, calm, meditative area. The wind blowing through very nicely and the sun shining through it. Quite lovely. Remind me again, where is the actual entrance to this place? It's around here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get to that. Oh, come on, Boar Snow. You can work with me then on my build. Anyway, what I was looking at is that you've got the building oriented north-south right now, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that it's good that it's both the front door and this top part are oriented the same way, because they actually, the east-west orientation is probably more where they would set it. Instead of the lattice shining, having the light shine through it, rather it would be the sun probably just going straight through the middle here, I think. Otherwise, I would have said, you gotta rotate it, man. But no, I think it looks really good. Actually, it would have been kind of arbitrary. Either way, it works fine. Sun going through the lattice or through the doorway. Alright. And Bad Viking, I had suggested a couple of times, if you wanted and you haven't done it, and you don't have to, and I'll shut up about it, this is the last time I'll say it, but if you really felt like it, you could add a couple little extensions off of the lattice frame and have a secondary lattice layer kind of poking out this way. It'd be a little weird if it was actually poking in and intruding, but I think poking out, and that way it has an extra parrying effect when you walk by to see some other action going on there. But entirely arbitrary. Totally don't have to. So I really like this up here. Yeah. You could do that. You could do the Kerran brazier or whatever in there. Either way, it looks great. I like it. Castle light looks really nice. I'm sure it'll look great from a distance. I getcha. That's definitely a good reason. I wonder if there's anything you can do about the stuff getting pulled near near these spars going through here. If there's any way you could like square them off with some material or something. And how's somebody supposed to get up here, by the way? Because there's not really a ladder. Is someone just supposed to kind of grab onto the spar and pull themselves up, or is it just kind of perpetually burning and you don't really need to deal with it, sort of thing? And I really like this up here. That's totally awesome. It looks great. Aiming landmarks are already independent from EverQuest. There potentially can be as many voxel-based MMO sandbox games of different genres that SOE wants that can be made using Landmark as the basis for it. So it isn't EverQuest Next specific. It's, that's just where it kind of got its origins. It's going to be free to play as soon as it hits open beta, and from that point on, anybody can just get in and do whatever. And it'll never be final, but there will eventually be a point where it'll have the features that they'll be able to call it out of beta. Alright, so let's take a picture of this build, and then we'll be looking to take a little short break for a moment and get back to touring over at the windmill that Dark Lady and I believe some other folks are working on. I think this is going to be the best, most representative angle. Oh yeah, I need the island server. Rebellion Oxbow. Cereal, is you here? Alright, well, Serial, you won. So, what would you like to get? You got it. And no, people, he did not enter with 2 accounts. He only entered with 1. I checked the list. Make sure he wasn't cheating. Alright, so I'm going to take a break for about, let's call it 10 minutes or so. I need to stretch and refresh my drink and all that sort of stuff. So y'all have a lovely short little break here, and when I come back, we're going to be hitting up Dark Lady's build, the windmill, and then from there, I still have a free schedule, so anybody else who wants tours, I will definitely check your stuff out. But I'll be back in about 10 minutes. See you then.